So you figured out what you're going to put in your kids' lunchbox. But what are some other little bits and pieces that could help you feel more confident when it comes to preparing lunch for your kids at school? Now you have a bit of an idea about what you want to pack for your child to eat at school. What are you going to put it in? There's so many options. You go to the shops, you look at aisle after aisle, shop after shop of all these different containers. Where do you start? Bento boxes seem to be the thing these days, and I made the mistake of buying them. Now my son just has a sliced up sandwich in it. It looks nothing like the Instagram photos of these spectacular school lunches. But he still wants to keep it, so we keep it. So think practically what it is that your child might want. And this could change over time as well. So once you experiment with your child and learn what their preferences are, these things could change. Be prepared that that beautiful bento box or that beautiful lunch box that you buy may not be something that your child actually wants. So be prepared. Also, your child might go, I want this lunchbox with My Little Pony, or I want this lunchbox with Spider-Man or Transformers or whatever it is. You might be traveling around for days trying to find that elusive lunchbox. Now, a friend of mine who came up with a very fantastic idea. She goes, just get whatever lunchbox works and whack some stickers on it. Get your child to put the stickers on it. So that's a fantastic way of your child feeling like they own that container that they're going to have their school meal in. So with any container and any bag and even clothes that your child wears to school, your school is going to ask for you to put the name on it and the class that your child is in on that item. Every single item you take a spoon, you put your name on it. You take a box, you put the name on it. You take a bag, you put your name on it. There's a couple of different ways. You can use personalized stickers. Just keep in mind that if you do need to put the child's class on it, you have to refresh that every year. Or you can just simply write your child's name on the item with a marker. I choose to write with a marker because then it doesn't cost me anything more than paying for that marker. It's not pretty, but my son really doesn't care. The next thing I want to talk about is helping your child to know what they're going to be eating when. So your child's going to have crunch and sip, recess, and lunch. And how are they going to know what to eat when? So one really good way is to use a numbering system. You can label 1, 2, 3 for when things will be eaten. So 1 will be crunch and sip, 2 will be recess, 3 will be lunch. Keep in mind that most children don't know how to read yet, so you wouldn't be writing crunch and sip, recess, and lunch on the item. You won't have to do this for too long because your child eventually will get used to the idea about what they'll be eating and when. It's going to be a little bit harder if you're going to jam everything into a bento box. You can explain to your child what to eat, what they'll be eating and when. So if you have a separate container for each separate meal, that will make it a little bit easier. It's very important to keep your child's food safe. So the child's food could be left out either in the classroom in their bag room or even outside sitting in the sun in their bag for hours. So if you're thinking about lunchtime, for example, consider that you've packed their lunch in the morning and they won't have it until early afternoon. So on a hot summer's day, for example, in Australia, they will have their lunch sitting out in really warm weather, breeding bacteria. So if you've cooked fried rice, for example, or pasta, and you're letting it sit out like that in the sun, there's a very good chance that bacteria will build and that could lead to food poisoning or a really bad upset stomach. So if you need to keep cooked food cool, it's very important to have an ice pack in the bag to keep everything cool. So it's not so much the same for sandwiches if you put like jam on it, but if there's meat, if there's cooked vegetables or anything like that, or rice or pasta, definitely have an ice pack in the bag. And it does add extra weight, so consider how that works out for your child. So when you're looking for these lunch boxes and containers and lunch bags, consider how big they are and how you're going to put them in your child's school bag. I know there are bags that look really pretty and cute, but you got to think about, am I able to put this lunchbox in? Am I able to put the water bottle in? And maybe will I be able to put an A4 folder in? Because your children will be bringing back their schoolwork, They'll be putting their jumpers, jackets in, their hats, and their readers. So there's a few things that they might shove into their bag. Can the bag fit everything? So with all these things in mind, I actually really recommend that you practice having school meals with your child out, either in the garden or at a picnic or anything like that. Do that now before your child actually starts school so that they get used to the idea of eating on the floor or eating on a bench, and get them used to the whole idea of opening up these different packages that your child will have their food in. As a parent, if you see your child can do that, you're definitely much more comfortable and much more relaxed when they go to school. And if you can, get your child involved in packing the school lunchbox, even if it's just putting the food in the containers and then putting it in the bag and then packing it in their school bag. These little things will help them feel like they're involved, will help them understand what is eaten and when, and it helps them to build up confidence in themselves, to feel like they really know what they're doing. So I'm going to have a checklist available for you, and it's going to be in the description below. There'll be a link to a checklist that you can tick off as you go along, as you prepare for your child's first time at school and your first time with your child at school as well. If you have any questions, advice, tips, ideas, please put them in the comments below so that we can all learn from each other. If you haven't already, go check out the other videos where I talk a bit about the different bits and pieces to consider when packing your child's meals for school. Thank you very much for watching, and I really hope to see you again soon. Bye!